guys, what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rise. We're back here at Jaguar Land Rover St. Pete, and guess what? I got a vehicle with some muscle. It's this vehicle right here. This is a 2024 Dodge Durango Hellcat. But before we get into this supercharged, all-wheel drive beast of an SUV, let's talk about what's going on here. So the funny thing is, when Dodge came out with the Durango Hellcat, it was supposed to be a one-year only vehicle. And there were so many owners that were totally pissed off that they got together to have and form a class action lawsuit against Dodge. I'm not so sure whatever happened with that lawsuit, but one thing is for certain, Dodge has continued to bring the Hellcat. Even for model year 2025, which is gonna officially be the last year of the Durango, they decided to bring the Hellcat for one more on-throttle go-around. Now, in the auto industry, there's a lot of performance SUVs, but not many of them are mid-size like this Durango Hellcat. So what I want to find out is, if you're looking for a performance SUV, does this one have the right options? Is this option the way that you should if you're looking for an SUV that's got some go-go juice to it? Let's go ahead. Let's dive into our 2024 Durango Hellcat and find out. Right off the bat, one of my favorite colors, Destroyer Gray. Yes, I'm a little partial to it since it is the color of my Demon 170, but I really feel that it fits the attitude of this Durango Hellcat very well. Now, at the front of the business, you'll notice when they brought the Hellcat out, they revised the headlight housing, and you still have that to this day. LED daytime running lamps, LED headlights, and your turn signals. Working your way down, you do have functional corner air curtains, and there is an extra engine oil cooler that is being fed by these functional vents. I like the way it's flat black, no gloss black, and look at our color matched Destroyer Gray lip splitter that actually goes all the way across the front. Now, as we slide in front of that grille, I love how small the upper grille is. Gives it nice proportions, fully functional with our SRT badge, street and racing technology. These are officially the last vehicles of what SRT truly is. On the new Dodge Daytona, the Charger Daytona, and the upcoming six-pack, it says SRT on those as well, but SRT is disbanded. Now it's more like just a sticker that they just put on a badge. It doesn't really have any meaning. Kind of sad. You do have, like I said, that flat gray, flat black with the Destroyer Gray, and then on the lower portion, fully functional with that lip splitter that goes all the way across. But let me know what you think about the face of this Durango. Even though it's been a few years since they came out with it, it's still looking pretty damn tough. Now, as we rise up, not fake, functional hood scoop with your heat extractors. I love the way form follows the function. It looks so damn good, but to know that everything works really makes my heart pitter-patter, my car enthusiast pitter-pattering heart. Now you might say, oh, well, Joe, I'll get myself a Model Y dual motor performance or a Model X plaid. It'll be faster than this. I don't care. I don't care. There's just something about this that just grabs you right by the cojones. Now, as you come around the bend, what are we working with? Wheel and tire. So you're gonna notice these flat black V-spoke wheels. I know they're not everybody's favorite, but I'm glad they got rid of the machined aluminum. You have your bright red Brembo 6-piston calipers with the SRT badging, 2-piece rotors, 20-inch wheels, all 4 corners. Tires up front are gonna be 295 on the width, 45 series sidewall. We do have adaptive suspension. And remember, this does have all-wheel drive. Wait until you see how hard this thing launches from a dead stop. Love the way they added some fender flare, and none of it is flat black. Coming down the side, rawr, rawr, there's the Hellcat, looking tough. Painted black, gloss black mirror caps with your turn signals. From the side, you see the overall dimensions. Like I said, this is much smaller than an Escalade V. About the size of a BMW X5M. Competition. I'd rather have this. No roof rails, don't want them, don't need them, get rid of them. Flat black with some painted around the window frame openings. Door handles painted to match, everything, just destroyer gray. All over. You can see out back, we still got our 295, so you got 295 squared all four corners with the Brembo calipers. We're gonna swing it around back. Steven's gonna show off that rear fender flare. Looking good. And then of course, the tail end of the business. Now, zonking this stupid thing, this needs to be tucked under here. I almost wanna just rip it off. You do get the extra lip splitter, spoiler up top on the extension. LED lighting, it's so easily identifiable at any angle at night. The SRT badge with that Hellcat. We got Durango, and remember this badge here means that we got that all-wheel drive. And then dropping it down to ground level, you can tow with this thing if you could believe that. And I like the dual outlet exhaust, nice slash tip, painted black. I can't wait to hear this thing rumble. But before we get to that point, let's check out the heart of this kitty cat. All right, guys, we got the hood pop, one of the last of the great looking engines. I mean, look at it. Supercharged Hemi. Love that supercharger up top, that massive throttle body. What do we got though? You're getting more horsepower than your Grandpappy's 2015 Hellcat. We have 6.2 liters of supercharged V8 goodness, pumping out 710 horsepower, 645 pound-feet of torque. It's mated to a TorqueFlite 8-speed automatic transmission, 0 to 60 in about 3.4 seconds, quarter mile in 11.9 seconds at 115 miles per hour. If you care about MPGs, go get yourself a freaking Tesla. This has 12 in the city, 17 on the highway. It does weigh 5,531 pounds, but it could tow 8,700 pounds. So really does a good job towing capacity wise, because a lot of times, especially in the past, performance SUVs, you couldn't tow with them. This, you could do the towing and you could do the drag strip, quarter mile launches. But why don't we go ahead, let's fire up this V8 and hear its supercharged whine. All right, guys, we are inside this 2024 Dodge Durango Hellcat. Technically, this is the black edition. And I know you're saying to yourself, well, Joe, how much is this? Because I want one. I can't have a Charger or a Challenger. I need the room, but boy, oh boy, do I want to haul ass. How much is it? Well, original MSRP for this was a tick under $100,000. It's $99,000 and change. Asking price for this one is $81,995. Let's see what you get for your Durango Hellcat money. To the door panels. Yes, it's dated, but it still looks just fine. Soft touch material. You have some nice simple trim. Soft touch on the armrest with the white contrast stitching. No gloss black. And then the door pocket is a little tight, so maybe just 2 cheeseburgers from Mickey D's and a large Coca-Cola. Now going from the door panel to the dash, same story. The soft touch, simple trim, like the stitching. You do have a 12 volt. You're going to want to run a radar detector if you want to keep your license. More great stitching, and you have your Twinkie holder over here so you don't bust cream all over the interior. 10.25 inch infotainment system with the Uconnect 5. You got your performance pages with the gauges, your onboard dyno, your G meter, even the timers, which are great. And then of course, you have all your other controls, your AC. Love the way it's got helmets on each of the heads there. Ventilated seats, heated seats, the whole shabam. And then let me throw it in reverse. Backup camera is very grainy. It's terrible, actually. So I definitely have to zonk it. But you do have trajectory, and it does take up almost the whole 10.25 inches of the screen, which is nice. There's our bright red start-stop button. You got real knobs for your volume, audio, and your AC controls, the heated seats, the ventilated seats, the heated steering wheel, toggle switches for your SRT controls, launch control, 2 USB-Cs, 2 USB-As, and aux jack. That's more connectivity than what Radio Shack had wireless charging, and the perfect place for a pickle in a bag. You get those at your favorite sideshow convenience store. This is going to control your Torque Flight 8-speed automatic. 2 cup holders. We have the red key. Yes, we do. Remote start. Soft touch. Open it up. You have felt lining in here. This is where you're going to keep the jar of all the tiers of muscle car owners that you beat with this muscle pumped up SUV. Seats, the Napa leather, the Alcantara SRT embroidery. Wonderful setup. You have electric assist for the passenger, electric assist for the driver. No sunroof. I could give it care less. I don't care. I don't need a sunroof. What I do need though is you over here so I can show you behind the wheel of this Durango Hellcat. All right guys, business time behind the wheel. You do have 2 memory seat settings. Love the way it's got a sill plate that just says supercharged. Pedal box, nice aluminum brake pedal, throttle. But what's up with the carpet dead pedal? That's a major zonk in a muscle charged SUV. Love the seat controls, especially the lower lumbar. I'm 6 feet tall. The seats are comfortable. They're supportive. They just won't hold you in place very well in the twisty bits. Just something to be aware of. Steering wheel, love the leather. You got the SRT badge that illuminates at night. Flat black on the switch gear. Metal paddles to go up and down the 8-speed automatic. And you do have an electric tilting and telescoping wheel. And then you got a little bit of a combo deal. That 7-inch digital display in the center and then the analog gauges. Plus, on the infotainment system side, here's all your different drive modes. We're going track, baby. That's how we do it here on Rady's Rides. And then, of course, just a great amount of space in here. But speaking of space, we have 2 more rows to show you. Let's get back there and see how many people you could haul in this Durango. All right, guys, mid-row time. Now, what's great about the Durango, you could get it just as a 2-row, and I would spec mine that way, but this one does have the 3rd row. Love the seat materials, like I said, with the leather and the Alcantara. You do have an armrest, and it's beefy. Nice and beefy, as it should be. Back of the seats, the leather, gotta zonk the cargo net. You put a Ginsu knife in here, it's gonna rip right through that. You got rear AC vents, home power source, heated seats, 2 USB-As. Up top is where you're gonna find your AC controls for the rear. Sitting back here feels great, and you don't have sliding seats, but the good news is they do recline a little bit. And you might wanna do that because here's a fun fact. A body that is more reclined can actually withstand more G-forces than a body that is sitting upright. That's why, like Formula One race car drivers are pretty much laying down in the cars. Or a jet fighter pilot, they're laying down so they could withstand more of the G's. Now, I'm not gonna get in the 3rd row. If you wanna see that, we got plenty of videos on YouTube with Durangos, but I'm gonna let Steven show it off. There we have it, 3rd row. You know what, Steven, the hell with it. I'm gonna give the people what they want. We're gonna do it all in one take. Couldn't resist. So, seats are actually not too bad, it's just my knees are a little too high, but the good news is I got plenty of room to keep me away from the headliner, but I do like the seats are where it's at. They did the rear, this 3rd row very well. Hard plastic back here and no connectivity, but at least I got AC vents, thank God. But why don't we go ahead, let's get in the cargo area because I wanna take you on throttle in this Durango. Cargo area time. What's great about this is that this could be that like track vehicle that goes with your drag car, or it could be the drag car itself. With the 3rd row up, you see the usable space. We have a nice nook there for your drag strip Twinkies. If you're wondering how much room we have, you're looking at, with the 3rd row up, 17.2 cubic feet of space. We're gonna fold the 3rd row down, and what that's gonna do for us, it's gonna give us 43.3 cubic feet of space. Folds nice and flat. Fold down the mid row, that's gonna give you over 80 cubic feet of space. So this really, like I said, could be the vehicle to haul all the things you need for your track day, or it could be the actual vehicle that you run at the track, and you got a 12-volt out back. If you're looking to close the button, it's always gonna be on the inside. Hit that button, nice electric assist, there it goes, thank you. If you're ready, I'm ready. We got the keys, let's go on throttle and see what this Durango Hellcat could do. All right, guys, we are behind the wheel of this 2024 Dodge Durango Hellcat, that black edition. We got to start off launch control. So easy. It's like taking candy from a big baby. Hit the launch control button, left foot on the brake, right foot on the throttle. On throttle, here we go! Fast shifts from that torque flight 8-speed automatic transmission. It's crazy. On throttle, here we go. Love the sound. The suspension is so taut. It's like you can actually slice through these twisty bits like a hot knife through butter. And that's hard to do in any performance SUV since the center of gravity is higher than, say, a sports car. What is assisting you and making you look so damn good is that all-wheel drive system. It really grips the ground like freaking Gorilla Glue. On throttle! Yeah! And then you got those massive brakes slowing you down. You're able to shed speed faster than American Bulldog sheds hair. And that is scientifically proven. The other great part of it is that, guess what? You got this SUV that's so easy to drive. The seats are comfortable. You got tons of space in here. You got all the connectivity. I do have it in track mode. So if you're wondering, well, Joe, man, it's really revving high before it shifts into the next gear. That's what happens when you're in track mode. Shuts off some of the nannies and it just lets that transmission and engine work in such unison. It's just ridiculous what you're able to get. 710 horsepower, launch control, left foot on the brake, right foot on the throttle. On throttle! Nice. On the brakes, those massive Brembos. Yahoo! Yeah! Ride 'em, cowboy! Golly, man, this thing is its own amusement park ride. You don't need to go to Walt Disney World to live out your dreams. Get behind the wheel one of these. You're gonna be freaking having a wet dream. That's for sure. Wow. I'm gonna go ahead and put it into manual shift mode. You're gonna take the shifter and pull it over to the driver's side. That's gonna allow me to use those metal paddles behind the wheel. Look at this thing. Oh my God. Absolutely, positively ridiculous. No fake sounds being pumped in, nothing artificial. It's the real deal Holyfield supercharged V8 Hemi. You ready? We gotta do it. On throttle! So buttoned up. God. And you gotta be ready to shift because that supercharged V8 revs quick. Once you get to 6,000 RPM, I hope that you have already hit the shift button because it's gonna bounce off the rev limiter. You ready? On throttle, here we go. On the brakes. Oh, give it to me. Give it to me, yes. Love this thing. I'm not a big SUV guy, but holy cow. If you're gonna get one, this is one to get. And I know, yes, the interior is dated. The technology's dated. I mean, the steering wheel's dated. I don't care. I don't. You're not paying for a fancy steering wheel on this thing. What you're paying for is what's underneath the hood. Plus, what's at the four corners? You got that adaptive suspension, you got those big old Brembo calipers, and you got that all-wheel drive. We're actually gonna go, I gotta go straight here. On throttle, here we go. It just takes it. It just takes it. It wants more and more and more. If you got the cojones, it wants it. God, this thing is a beast. I'm gonna get myself into trouble. I hope that this has been a good one to share with you. Never gets old for me. I hope it never gets old for you, but we need to get back to Jaguar Land Rover St. Pete and wrap this one up. I'll see you in a split second. It's been another supercharged day in so many ways here at Jaguar Land Rover St. Pete. Definitely got to thank Miro and the rest of the crew getting us this 2024 Destroyer Gray Durango Hellcat. Let me know what you think. Are you liking the way this one is spec'd? Is this the way to get your performance SUV? Let me know down in the comment section. But if you're new to the channel, you're on the way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raised Rides family. Gotta get up to Stephen Flood. You know what? He rolls with the punches, no matter what people say about him. And trust me, they have a lot of things to say. And a lot of the times, it's good things. So thank you, Stephen, for your hard work. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.